Good evening. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening as we're here now on Wednesday. And this is April 2nd, 2025. And it's Liberation Day for some. It's going to be a pain day tomorrow for many others. Why? Well, let's first go and see what the president was talking about when he has Liberation Day. First, he's putting in a 10% baseline tariff on all countries that want to sell to the United States. I think that's going to stay in place. I think everything else you see here has a certain amount of play with it over time. First, you're going to get a combined tariff of about, and this according to the president, 50% of what country put tariffs on U.S. goods for the tariff, the VAT, and currency manipulation. And there's 60 to 65 countries that he's working with. I've listed the 65 countries tonight in my update that I'm sending out to my clients a little later. If you get my newsletter, it's all in there and it's covered. There's going to be 25% on automobile imports starting Thursday night, except for those that are compliant with USMCA. So that means certain cars from Canada, Mexico, into the US, that keeps that part going and some of the supply chain. But for companies that ran into Mexico from China, built for supply parts and so on, and think they were going to get around that those days are over. There's still the 25% fentanyl tariff on Canada and Mexico. That's going to stay in place. But no, and this is very important, no reciprocal tariffs at this time on Canada or Mexico. In addition, tariff exemptions, no matter where they come from at this point, they include gold, copper. Remember I told you how important copper is? We don't have enough here. Copper, pharma, semiconductors, and for Canada, lumber. So for the housing market, this is a sigh of relief. We get a lot of our lumber from there. That's it. Give you an example. In addition to the 20% tariffs already on China, he's adding 34 more percent. That's going to go to 54%. So if you think you were getting a good deal out of China, forget it. I didn't hear him say anything about small ticket items that like Timo sends. That doesn't mean it's not tariffed. I'll find out more as the evening goes on. Total tariffs on India are going to go up to 28%. Japan, 24%. The UK will be at the minimal tariff, 10%. Taiwan will go to 32%. Why do I think the 10% tariff's going to stay in place? Because it's one of the ways that the president can say, either you come and you build in America, and there's no tariff then because your factory's here, or he gets that money and that helps pay eventually for some of the tax deals that he wants to do, like a larger SALT deduction, maybe lowering corporate income tax and the like. Tomorrow, when you get in, unless something changes between right now and then, I think you're going to see the stock market down hard. One of the things I have been telling traders is this is where you don't go heavy. Do you know for 10 days I haven't made new trades almost in futures? I swear it's been over a week. And because I've been scared every day, I said something is going to happen here. I've been in this. And I equated it to the equivalent of a big Fed play, which brings me into this. With these tariffs tonight, how many interest rate hikes do you think the market is now pricing in? Or cuts? I said hikes, cuts. Now it's up to 3. So the market is realizing that this is going to take the air out of not only the U.S., but world economies. You wait, you're going to see. Now, you'll hear overnight, and as we all sleep and wake up in the morning, retaliation or what they say. Canada should be pretty quiet, all right? They got away pretty light. I don't know what Ms. Scheinbaum of Mexico is going to say. The reason I mentioned it, too, they're our big trading partners. Europe, the free ride is over. If you were looking for those lower-priced Audis, Mercedes, and everything that aren't built in America coming here, you're going to have a 25% higher tariff starting, I think it's August 5th. It's right. It's literally right in front of us. So be careful, all right? Those are the things that are going to happen. You can't really go by how today finished. In the market right now, live, when I looked at the market, you were down 3 to 4% in stock indices, individual stocks getting smashed all over the place. So, do we go through the individual charts tonight? I want to be honest. There's no point in it. We're better off in the morning if you're with me as a subscriber taking a look, because the chart action that I'd be going through with you doesn't matter right now. And I mean, it doesn't matter. What's going to matter is how the markets react overnight, how they open. And when I do at 9 in the morning, my subscriber video, that's what you want. If you haven't joined on board, you want to. Go to iraepstein.com. Under the word, my research, go right in there, get your subscription, and I'll catch up with you first thing in the morning and make sure you get that, because that's where the action is. Again, you might want to go look at the evening trade, and you're going to be surprised at how much these markets got hit. I'm Ira. I think this makes the most sense for tonight. I will do my futures updates, however, because I'll have live quotes with those. I don't have them on this service for this at this point. And it's very difficult because, most of these charting services, they don't append evening quotes to it. They go by the day session, not the evening. I'm Ira. You have yourself a good one. I'll catch up with everybody in the morning.